Top of the morning, evening, night, or day, ladies and gentlemen. This is me here today on behalf of Well Prepared Men. And in today's video, we're going to be talking a little bit about skateboarding. So if that sounds right up your alley, don't forget to stay up until the very end. Roll the intro.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain, and the following video is for subscribed devices only.
Now, before I actually get started, I need to go and grab my skateboard just so you guys get up to speed with everything that's going on. So I've been longboarding for quite a while, and after a while of owning this board, I thought, man, this board is feeling a bit shit. So I decided to improve it. And while doing that, I thought, you know what? It would be great to have a longboard that kind of feels like a skateboard. And I actually had that idea years ago. So I had this board here, which I thought was going to be a mini longboard. But it turns out that this is the perfect skateboard. So I ended up turning this into the perfect skateboard, which is pretty much how it is now. I would still swap the bearings out for Bones Reds, but that is a plan for the future, is not something that I have to do right now. But this pretty much feels like the perfect skateboard. And then I thought, you know what, I really want a cruiser. So I got this board here, which doesn't feel flimsy at all like my skateboard. I can't really explain this, but I got really big feet, and I like that my entire foot goes on the board. Actually, I just explained it really well. Anyway, this is the deck that I got. It's a 10.34-inch deck at its widest, and this allows my entire foot to fit in the board comfortably, and basically I decided to make this my cruiser board. So at the moment we have 65mm wheels here with some Bones Reds. These wheels, they're incredibly smooth, but they're a little bit too big. I've been riding 58s on the perfect skateboard, which is this one that you see here. I call this the perfect skateboard, but it's just the perfect skateboard for me. For you, it might not be the perfect board. After skating for so long, I kind of got to know my taste, so this is the perfect board for me. Skateboard. Perfect skateboard. So I've been riding 58mm on this board, and it feels pretty great in terms of weight ratio to board ratio. And I thought, you know what? The cruiser board deserves 58mm wheels. So I started thinking, what are the best wheels that I rode in my entire life? It took me back to a moment in Nottingham, England. I was in the West Bridgeford skate park, I believe. No, I was in Clifton skate park. That's where I was. And basically, I was talking to this guy who was also a skater. And at some point, we switched boards. And he had these super smooth, incredible wheels. And although I only rode his board for like 30 seconds, I never really forgot that experience. I literally just rode the board. I was like, wow, this is amazing. What is this? He told me the name. And then I just completely forgot about it for years until I found them on Vinted. And then here they are. Basically, I was having a look at wheels on Vinted. And then I started thinking when I saw these wheels, yo, aren't these the wheels that I rode that time at the park? And here they are. They are OJ plain wheels, 58mm. And I'm happy that I bought these wheels at the price that I did, and that they look a little bit in better condition than I thought. I thought these would be used wheels, but they look pretty brand new to me. I don't think these wheels have rode before, or if they have, it was in a really clean surface, because we can't really see any dirt anywhere. I think I just got these brand new wheels for 30 bucks. I don't know if that's cheaper than the shop, but I hope it is. It does sound cheaper than the shop. I got some bearings as well, which is always nice. There's 2 loose bearings over here. Yep. Okay, so who made these bearings? These are A-Bag 3. These are not going on my board. So I want to thank the seller for sending me these bearings. I'm going to give them away to a friend who is in dire need of bearings. But the bearings I'm going to use are actually this is the wrong board. The bearings that I'm going to use are actually the Bones Reds that are already in these wheels. So we might as well do this job together before we go, because I didn't really do a lot of board setup here. I do that stuff mainly in the background because I'm doing a lot of testing. And when it comes to trial and error, I rather do that in my own time and come to you guys with definite ideas, which is kind of what we have here. This is trial and error. And if I was to show you guys this and then swap to this, I would feel like I'm not giving you definite ideas, which is what I want. Okay, so I'm gonna grab the tools to do this and we're actually gonna get started. I'm back. I thought about it. It's hard to give people definite ideas because the world is always evolving. But this idea right here is less temporary than this one, if that makes sense. Or this idea is more temporary than this one. This idea is more permanent than this one. I think I explained myself well here. Anyway, this is a really simple job. I just gotta make sure that I don't lose anything, which normally always happens. So I'm gonna be really careful. Oh crap, there we go. So this is really simple. I'm just using the whatever you call this thing in English, to twist the wheel with the bearings. And this allows me to get the bearings out real easy. See? Plain and simple, which is good because we're gonna use some plain Janes. Yeah, boy. I'm super excited to try these wheels. I should probably clean out my bearings a little bit, just so I'm, you know. This is way better. I'm not getting dirty bearings on new wheels. Now to put them in, you can do this by hand and then just using the board itself to make sure that it's in by giving it a little push. And that's pretty standard, you know? I'm trying to align the little wheel spacer. Here we go! I already know this is going to be a fast board, but I'm still super excited to try it. I always like my wheels to have a little bit of space to wobble. I don't know if you can hear that on camera, but that's pretty much what I mean by space to wobble. Incredible. Right, since the board is on this side, we're gonna go ahead and take out this wheel. I noticed that the washer was stuck to the nut as well this time. Okay, so we're gonna leave this one here. We're gonna take out, there we go, take out the front one. We're gonna give it a little wipe. I know there's more efficient ways to clean your bearings, but this is just a quick clean. So they go from looking like this to looking like this. Do you see the difference there, guys? The way I see it, I'm kind of preventing all of this dirt that we've got here from going inside the actual bearings. And that's prevention in my mind. It's better to prevent something than to have to look for the cure. Anyway, these bearings are really easy to put on. I don't know if it's because of the wheel or how new the bearings are, because I haven't skated them for very long. But I just really feel like I don't even have to push them against my board. That was a really smooth experience. Again, removing the bearings, it's really easy. You just... Sometimes it's not that easy. Actually, like 99% of the time, it's not that easy. But life's being good to me today. I just hope that these wheels are as awesome as I remember, and it's not like a product of my imagination. I remember trying these wheels and being like amazed by how smooth the ground felt. And that's kind of the experience that I'm going for with this board here. So I hope that my memory is accurate. Yeah, bye. That feels good. Okay, we got one wheel to go. Oh crap. When the bearing gets stuck like this, instead of forcing it, use the wheel, put it back on, and just like that, the bearing's out. That has happened to me enough times for me to have figured this out. So make the most out of these little hints, guys. Right? Okay, everything is here. Again, another perfect fit. That was super smooth, guys. I'm loving setting up this board. Perfection. The board does feel lighter, which is good because it means that it's easier to get those spins. And hopefully these wheels are as smooth as these wheels. They're almost the same size. I would say that these 65s I've skated so much that they're now like a 60, 61. This has become way smaller. Wow, that's cool. Anyway, that pretty much brings us to the very end of this series. I am still gonna test this board, but I'll do that in a future video. For now, this is all. We assembled the perfect cruiser board. This is what we're packing, ladies and gentlemen. We got a Eric Winkowski deck right here. This is the 10.34 Dope Planet Winkowski deck. I ordered a different graphic, but the seller made a mistake and sent me this one instead, saying they look so similar that it was hard to tell them apart, and he apologizes. Anyway, I actually prefer this deck because I'm not as mentally or emotionally attached to the graphic as I was to the one I ordered. So it's actually easier for me to scratch this deck and not feel like, you know. Anyway, this deck has independent trucks. These are the 159s and they're on Goldwing risers. So the trucks are some used trucks that I found, and I got these on Vinted. I got these specific trucks because they were made in the USA and they were 159s, which is the specific measurement that I wanted for this board. Then we got some OJ plain Jane wheels. These are the 58mm wheels, like I've told you 1,000 times throughout this video. They're on Bones Red's bearings. These are the bearings. Man, I don't know what I've been doing with my life, writing different stuff, but I'm happy that I wrote that stuff because it really makes me appreciate how awesome these bearings are. Anyway, that pretty much brings us to the very end of this walk around of my perfect cruiser board. I'm gonna go test it out and see how these wheels feel. I will probably share that with you in a future video. I feel like we've accomplished enough for today here. So I want to thank you for sticking with me up until the very end. I hope you have enjoyed this video, that you learned something cool about skateboarding, and that you tune in for the next one. This is your boy logging out. Peace.